I haven't been up here. I'm downtown again. Sometimes, I like to come downtown and record, make it a little bit more lively, right? The people and, the stores and all that crap. But we are here live. Redeemed International Week is over with. So we are back to regular Redeemed. And in the last episode, the last live stream, we were doing the Redeemed UK Canadian stream, the combination. And somebody left they left a comment on my video. And this comment was so deep. It was so honest. It was so telling. And he said, I believe in, maybe you're watching this, you know who you are. And if you are on this stream, you know what I'm talking about. He said, sometimes I feel like atheism makes more sense to me. And reason is, I was a religious person and I used to pray 3 times a day. But all I got was suffering. Suffering and more suffering. And my brother was brutally murdered, right? Sorry, I'm spitting, you know me. My brother was brutally murdered. And I had to tell him, about a lot of the stuff about Christianity and struggling and what that means and what that looks like and how hard this walk is, how hard this journey is. Because this is hell, man. This is, doing this, I know a lot of preachers tell you, if you just get with God, your life's just going to be better, you're going to get rich, and you're just going to be blessed beyond your dreams, and everything is just going to be great. That's what I was told, and it wasn't like that. Now, I've been blessed, and I've had miracles, don't get me wrong, but not in the way that they were saying, because that's not what Christianity is. Christianity is about dying to self. Christianity is about sacrificing, helping others, putting others before yourself, putting Jesus before yourself, spreading the gospel. That's what this is about. I'm so sorry about the spitting. I know, I'm sure you're like, this spitting dude. I'm sorry. I actually can't help it. I'm serious. I actually can't help this. But that's what this is about. So when we go through this, we're going through this together. You're not alone. I go through struggles every day. I suffer immensely, a lot. When I preach the word at my job, I'm going to be attacked for that. When I share the gospel of Jesus Christ in my office to a homeless person, I get attacked for that. When I come on here and do this, I get attacked for that. You're probably wondering, attacked by who? In the spirit realm, in the spiritual realm, I get attacked. Demonic attacks. These attacks look very different. Sometimes it's at night when I'm sleeping. It's a nightmare that's demonic. Sometimes I can feel a demonic presence in my room. Sometimes it's through people. People will come in to me and say some crazy stuff. Now, sometimes it's mental illness, but sometimes it's just pure the devil, right? So we will be attacked for doing this. This isn't, I know a lot of Christians is, we want it easy. I want it easy. I don't want to go through this. I don't want to go through struggles. I want this to be as cakewalk as possible, baby. I want to chill. I want to just play games. I want to be with my girl all day. I don't want to go to work. I just want to have a good time. But that's not what this is about. It's not about what I want. And that's where dying to self comes in and carrying your cross. Jesus talks in the Bible about telling his disciples, you guys have to carry your cross. And us, we got to carry our crosses. And what does that mean? What does that look like to carry your cross? That means that's dying to self. That means that's when you read his word, you follow his word. And when you follow his word, that's sacrificing something. Because you have to stop certain things, right? We can't carry on in sin. That when you do sin, does that mean that, you're just screwed? Absolutely not. Then you stand up and you keep going. We all fall. I fall. But guess what I had to learn to do? Don't stay down. Because the old me, when I would fall, I would stay down. I would be like, oh crap, I fell. And then I wallow in it. And then I do it again and again and again. And then again, now I'm wrapped up in this. But what we're supposed to do, what Jesus wants you to do when you fall and when I fall, is, dang, I just fell. All right, what led to me falling? Lord, I need your power to not fall again, and I repent of that sin. And I ask for your forgiveness. And he will forgive you. And he's gonna help you with the power to be able to not do that again. But you gotta be consistent with it. It's not like a one and done, you know what I mean? Keep talking, keep going to him, never give up. Sometimes I don't feel like going to God. Like today at work, I was kind of pissed, I'm gonna be honest with you. A little bit mad. I didn't really go to God, you know? I didn't do anything necessarily wrong, I just kept the feelings to myself. But then later on in the day, I started praying a little bit to God. I'm like, okay, God, I don't really feel good. I need your help. And I left it at that. I got a little bit of encouragement from my girl, you know? So find people in your life who will encourage you, who will help you, because this is not a race we can do on our own. This ain't a race you can do on your own. You got to have people with you. I was the type of man that I thought I could do this by myself. My girl would always tell me, Roberto, you need community, you need support. And I'm like, I got this, I got it. But I didn't. I did not have it. And I kept falling because I did not have it. And yeah, I still fall, but there's a difference now. The difference is I got brothers I can call. I got brothers I can text, pray for me. When I don't have the strength to pray for me. That's what this walk is about. You will suffer here. You will go through hurts. You're gonna go through pains. It doesn't matter if you're a good person. It doesn't matter if you're a bad person. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian, and it doesn't matter if you're not a Christian. So you're probably wondering, so why should I be saved if it doesn't matter if I'm gonna suffer anyway? Because that was my question. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna suffer anyway, I might as well have fun doing it my way, baby. But then there was a difference that shifted. The difference was, when I struggle now, my king is with me. When I struggle now, my community is with me. When I struggle now, my woman is with me. So there's somebody holding my hand when I can't step. But before, I had no one to hold my hand. So I would just fall. just fall, right? And be stuck, bro. Handcuffed, chains to the wall. Handcuff around my neck. Because that's what the enemy does. He handcuffs us to stuff. That's the sin. It's called a stronghold. But when God brings new people in your life, and when he brings his power in your life, it changes everything. Does that mean this is going to be a smooth ride? Absolutely not. Are you not going to fall again? You probably will. I'm not going to lie. But what I am saying is that if you go to him, he can help it so you don't fall at the same rate you did. He can help you so that you can have new people in your life who actually love and care about you. I don't know about you, but in my life, people did not actually love or care about me. They knew me by my name. They've known me for years, but I watched how people would watch me fall. Not even my family would help me. And I didn't understand, and I still don't always understand. But when I really got close to God, he's the only one that never left me. Then he brought a woman in my life that was a woman of God, and she didn't leave me. Then he brought brothers from church in my life, and I don't trust people easy. But he brought brothers in my life that I can now text and say, hey bro, I'm struggling, bro. And they'll be like, yo, I'm praying for you right now. If you need to call me right now. That's what we need. So we as Christians, we struggle. We struggle because, one, we're fighting our flesh and our bodies. We have our own desires. You know, we have desires for money, for fame, for, I don't know, clothes, I don't know, whatever your desires are, cars, I don't know, men. And there's nothing wrong with wanting those things. That's normal. But the problem with us is, as people, we put it on a pedestal. And what happens is, that's above God. So we chase these things, and then even when we get them, we notice, I still feel empty. This doesn't make me feel the way I thought it was gonna make me feel. So we struggle. We struggle. We struggle. We also struggle in this world because people hate Christians. You're probably wondering, well, why? Are Christians hateful? Don't they hate gay people? Don't they mock people? Aren't they hypocrites? Let me tell you, there are some Christians that are psychotic, that I don't even think they are Christians, and they do hate gay people because there's something wrong with them. We are not called to hate anybody. Now, we don't have to, like me personally, I don't like the practice of homosexuality. Like, that's sin. So I will never condone that, and I'm never gonna clap for that. But the person that is gay, I will never say I hate that individual. That person's just in a phase or some part of their life or stuck in some stronghold of sin that's lost just the same way I was lost, right? I mean, I didn't have that struggle, but I've had plenty of other struggles. It's our job to share the gospel to them. People who have been talking about Muslims a lot lately. I don't hate Muslims. I just want them to be able to share. We need to share the gospel of Jesus Christ to them because they're lost. So if you're a Christian watching this and you have hate in your heart towards these people, you have to look inside and say, Lord, I hate these people. Show me to look at them the way you look at them and help me share the gospel with them. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. It says in the Bible, perfect love casts out fear. Perfect love casts out fear. So it's the love, because it says in the Bible, we'll be known by our love. That's how the world can tell us apart from everybody else. As Christians, it's our love. But here's the thing, you and I naturally don't have love like that. I know I don't. I don't have love like that. That's a supernatural thing. You ever wonder why people don't really love, even Christians? You go to church and you're like, man, these people are horrible. You ever wonder? The reason you see that is because that's not a natural thing. People don't just naturally, I mean, you could be nice, right? You could be very giving. But the type of love that Jesus is asking of us, that's not something that we naturally do. It's supernatural. So because it's supernatural, that means that love, you got to go to God for that love, baby. You got to pray. You got to say, Lord, I don't have this love in my heart. I don't have it. You know how many times I got to pray that prayer? Because I don't. But Lord, give me your love. Let this supernaturally come to me, Lord. Give me what I need to change my heart. That's what that takes. And sometimes you might have to pray that prayer more than once. So we don't hate these people. Although these people hate us, they're going to continue to hate you. That's not going to change, and you can't control them. You can't control them. The enemy will use anyone to bring you down, to make you give up. But you must stand firm in Christ. We struggle on this planet. What's another reason? A third reason. Because that's how we see the power of God. Imagine, let's say your life went the way you wanted it, and my life went the way I wanted it. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't go to God for nothing. Let me repeat that. If I had everything my way, I would never go to God for anything. Why? Because for what? I'm good. I got the car I want. I got the girl I want. I got the money I want. I got X, Y, and Z. God who? I mean, I know you exist, but what's up? I wouldn't go to him. But it's because I don't have those things. It's because I do struggle. It's because I've had to fight addiction. It's because I've had to come out of abuse. It's because of these things, these circumstances that showed me, when I called on him, that showed me the power of God. But if we don't go through those things, the likelihood of you seeing that is much lower, if probably not even at all, because you're never going to go to him. Did you know that God allows certain things to happen in your life? Did you know that even sometimes God will allow the enemy to do something in your life? You're probably like, are you sure? Oh, I'm positive. In fact, it's even in the Bible. Kind of like when Jesus was on the boat with his disciples and everybody was sleeping. Jesus was asleep and a storm came. Now, y'all know this one. This is pretty basic. The storm came and the disciples got up like, yo, Jesus, there's a storm. What are we going to do? And Jesus woke up like, you have little faith. And then he got up and said, I don't remember word for word, but he basically calmed the storm. He looked at his disciples and says, you have little faith in me. You think a storm that, because let's be honest, God brought them into the storm. Why? To show them his power. The same way sometimes you go into a storm and you're freaking out and you don't understand what's going on. And then God shows you his power. That's why we struggle. We struggle because that's the way we see his power. It says in the Bible, it says, his strength is made perfect in weakness. Not his strength is made perfect